So apparently I was not recording, even though I'm pretty sure I was. I think I just had some, I don't know, my OBS crashed, and so here's the aftermath of my crafting session. I'll try to keep it spoilers free, but basically, when you control that fort in Morningdale, you're able to guarantee 700 gear score weapons and armor, only using one type of prismatic material, and also you don't need the chromatic seals, which, as we know, are on a daily cooldown. So obviously, if you can try to avoid using those, then of course it's a big boost to your progression elsewhere. So yeah, the musket in question that I crafted is actually I'll search with bestial. So yeah, as you can see, I crafted 20 of those. I just did. Believe me, please. Anyway, so but right now you won't see the 700 gear score, but just to show you what happened. So I chose Asmodeum, then this prismatic, actually I lied, you need two types of prismatic materials, not one. So the prismatic planks and also prismatic leather. And then you just need those mats that I believe you get in the Divine, yeah, Savage Divide expedition. And basically you can craft those replicas from that expedition afterwards. Yeah, I just bought those. The Rithing seedling were, I want to say 40 to 50 each, and the crystalline fur was 2 to 300 each. So that comes up to above 3,000 per craft. And then I selected Arboreal Attunement as the one perk I can choose, and it always comes with Dexterity Intelligence. Right now you don't see 700 gear score, but if I had control of the Morningdale Fort, when I say I mean my faction, then of course it would be +5, so 700 gear score, as you can understand. And then you just max the Azath, and you just hope to get some good rolls. So now I'll show you what I got. Starting with this one. Not exactly what you're looking for, but you know, actually I'll salvage it as I go, and so actually no, I'll just keep them in case for a second. So Arboreal Attunement, no, let's salvage, you know. Actually, I'm not sure of the meta anymore, so I'll just keep them for a second in case someone comments on the video and says that is actually best in slot, and I would have to reconsider what I know about muskets. Anyway, so that one is also pretty bad because, well, Keen is pretty much a dead perk. That one is interesting in my opinion if you want to burst down people, but you would really prefer Kenny Jagged in my opinion in general because of the artifact finisher, which adds 15% more damage to bleeding targets. So I feel like it's too much of a loss to go for Kenny Empowered, especially because it's not that hard to get Empower sources as a musket. That one is definitely bad. Mortal Energy, there's nothing to do with that. Same with life stealing, you don't have much HP and you're not trying to tank anything as a musket player. That one is usable, but certainly not best in slot. Keen is something that you want to avoid again, and Vicious doesn't do enough anymore, in my opinion, to be considered seriously as best in slot. That one is again interesting, but not best in slot. That one is a bit better because of Enchanted instead of Vicious. It's more reliable, and well, you're just 1 second. Yeah, okay. So refreshing stepping power is not the best perk, but you know it's usable. That one is interesting because of Vorpal, but you know, Keen again, not great. Same. That one is usable again, but more for like some niche build that would use the powder burn and switch to a main weapon. And you just want to do, you know, some quick damage with those perks. They all add damage, so that's interesting. Same accelerating traps is interesting, but I don't think people use musket to travel the world around the world anymore. So basically, it's not that interesting since we have riding to go across the map quickly now. I don't think anyone would use that seriously. Yeah, Disparate Empower is interesting in terms of let's just do as much damage as possible and be glass cannon. But refreshing move is just not the perk for Musket. You don't hit that fast. You don't have that much need for cooldown reduction more than the refreshing perk. Keen again, not great. Keen again, Mortal Energy, and right now you must be thinking, well, why didn't you just upgrade a Syncretic Musket, I just need 3 seals, it's about, I don't know, 30k in mats in total, and you pretty much have a best in slot musket. Okay, well, let's see what I got in the last 4. That one is a bit better, but still keen, not great. That one is certainly interesting, and I had to stop for a second when I crafted that because well, refreshing power shot is not something I'm used to using, but I can see it being interesting with that much cooldown reduction and the quick reload and being able to basically hit a headshot as a first hit on someone full HP with power shot. You can do some really decent damage. So I'll give it a try one day. But then that is disgusting because there are so many headshot related perks on the musket now. I believe Vorpal, especially with the enchanted nerf, same with the vicious and king nerfs. I believe Vorpal is actually up there, if not a best in slot. And combined with Keenly Jagged, which will make use of the finisher extra damage, and as we all know, attunement being really good on musket because you don't shoot that fast, so you don't really go faster than the cooldown of 1.5 second unless you do a quick reload, which can happen, but most of the time you're gonna make full use of arboreal attunement. So, and then the last one, nothing too crazy, but then when you realize that I got that musket, and I know I got somewhat lucky because I believe it should have taken me maybe 50 rolls, and I got it in only 20. Actually, no, I didn't get that lucky because Vorpal is not that crazy. But Keenly Jagged is like 3.86% to get, and Vorpal is let me check, 10.82%. So I mean, getting both on the same weapon is not that crazy in 20 rolls, but I'm pretty sure I am above average by getting that in only 20 rolls. And what I know for sure is I do believe that this is actually better than the Syncretic Musket, and I didn't have to use the chromatic seals, which are on the daily cooldown again. And so yeah, I just think that was a great crafting session. I just wish I had the footage to show with it, but you can imagine me clicking the button 20 times and you see the outcome right there. So yeah, I'll be back with more crafting videos. I bought a lot of mats recently, and yeah, I'll see you soon.